It's pretty late in the evening. I actually should be in bed. But there is a subject that I just really need to talk about. It's something that most people don't want to talk about. I think it's time that we start talking about it. In my family, we tend to pass along a mental illness. Most people don't want to say we do, but I'll go ahead and I'll say we do. We do. It comes in 3 forms. You are either bipolar, schizophrenic, or you are bipolar schizophrenic, the combination of the two. I know, you're like, oh my gosh, that's a lot. It is. One case, one diagnosis is enough for one family, but there's multiples. And I think it's important that we try to talk about it, not to be mean, not to point fingers and point blame and to do those things. No. Please, that's not what I'm trying to do here. But I think because we don't talk about it is the reason why those people that do have it are unable to function properly in society with it. Or maybe it takes them longer than others. I can talk about this fairly because it has been a part of my life since I was a little girl. I have watched my mother suffer with this. I have watched a few cousins, and I'm pretty sure that there might be a few more of us that have this. Some of us maybe have the small forms of it that are just classified as depression, but it's just something that we all have, and it's okay that we all have it. But what's not okay is that we don't want to talk about it. And we have yet to learn. I don't know how many generations are we into this family now. We have yet to figure out how to teach each other how to live with it. And I'm asking those of you who are watching this, if you are members of my family, let's talk about it. Let's realize that this is something that we have. It's something that needs to be medicated. Unfortunately, medications change. Our bodies change. As we get older, we need to change our medications so that we can be regulated. It just happens. Are we strong enough to handle the manic states? Sometimes we're not. They're very tough. I couldn't imagine what it's like to be the person that actually has it. To fear that your support system, who's supposed to be a support system, is not there. Because I know that at some point in time in their life, they feel that way. Maybe multiple times. But I can tell you that I pick up the phone multiple times a day. I do that because I know that it's not her fault. I know that she tries very hard. And it must be very hard sometimes to think that the world is always after you. Sometimes I think it is after her. But as a society, we have to give them hope and give families hope and give a support for families so that they can be strong together. And there's more options besides medications and throwing away the keys and hospitalization for ever and ever and ever. There has to be more options. We can't push the blame and say that they're on drugs or they're a bad person, that they make bad choices. We can't do that. We have to rise above and realize that one day you could be diagnosed with it. One day that your children or your children's children or a friend or a spouse or somebody that you love could get this. How do you react? I hope not in a negative fashion, because I can tell you personal experience that reacting negatively to this kind of disease, this illness, this horrible, horrible plague on the mind of a beautiful human being, you don't want to react negatively because it does not have a positive reaction. It does not. It never has. So, speak up. Let the person that you know that has it know that they're loved, that they'll have a support system, that they can get through this. Be a family. Speak about it. Don't sweep it under the rug and not talk about it. Because you need to speak about it. You need to talk about it as a family. You need to learn and have a support system and a plan. And not just think, they're going to do it on their own. Because they can't. They can't. Let them know that they're loved. Because when those manic states hit, that's when they don't feel loved anymore. That's just when they need it. We all deserve to feel that way. Just recognize that this is real. That it's there. It's hard enough for the person that is diagnosed to recognize, because that's part of the illness. But those of us that are able to recognize needs to understand that there's more to this. There is a treatment, but it's not just with the person. It's with all those that are around them. That's how you heal. It's how you learn to be as much of a well-functioning person and an adult. But it starts when you're a child, because most of the time that's when this starts. You might not see signs until you're older. Maybe something triggers it. But I'm tired of seeing the person that I love and the people that I love suffer. And nobody talk about it. And everybody just point blame and pass it off like it's something that can be fixed. Because it's not. It can be masked with medication. But once again, only those work for so long. Please, be compassionate and be patient. and love. Please do your best to show kindness and be patient with those that have this, because mental illness is a horrible thing. It's horrible for those around us. And it's horrible for the person that has it. Maybe if you see this video, you'll want to raise awareness for yourself or somebody that you love, because I'm doing it for many people that I love, for those that have come before me, and maybe myself, and maybe those that come after me, because it's in my blood. I don't have it, but somebody that I love does, and that's enough for me to care. It should be enough for you to care. So, speak up. Speak about it. Make a difference. Don't be quiet.